Good afternoon. Nice to be at practice 5. Really looking forward to our first scrimmage this Saturday. The first opportunity, I think, for a lot of players in this program, younger players who have not been on the field in a live fire situation, to get an opportunity really to show us what their contribution can be to our 2013 football team. Questions?
Kyle, the situation going on, how does it impact you, and does it have an effect on recruiting? Are you concerned for Tim's job?
Our Board of Governors, our President, the administration, they're all dealing with that situation. It really it does not affect us right now. We're in spring practice trying to make our team as the best we can be, get ready for our season next year. You know, that whole situation really is not in my job description to solve, but I'm confident that the people in the decision-making seats will do a good job for us.
Have
Okay.
you broached it with? Yeah, I was going to ask. Have you broached it with the team? Have you talked about it with the team?
No.
Okay. Not to dominate the conversation, but your boss's job status is in jeopardy. What's the impact on that? Have you spoken to Tim?
I have not spoken with Tim, and the last 24 hours for us were really spent just getting ready for practice, moving our recruiting class forward, and trying to find the right people for Rutgers University that can help us win a national championship, and doing all the things that we're supposed to be doing. You know, we spend quite a few hours at all times a year in the Hale Center working towards our goals as a football program, and we really don't have the extra time to move in other directions.
How careful are you when it comes to this stuff? You've been coaching a long time, about knowing where that line is not to cross when it comes to physical contact with kids and verbal abuse.
The way we structure our practices, they're open to parents at any point. I tell the recruits that, I tell the parents that, and when I go through the hiring process, it's always important to me to hire coaches that I would be comfortable coaching my own son. And for me personally, I've coached every player over the last 20 years with that same thought in mind. We drive our players very hard, but the way we coach it in our football program, I'm very proud of.
Are you personally offended? You saw the tape probably. Are you personally offended by the contents on that tape?
I'm not going to comment on that. I think there have been enough comments on it already.
How has Steve adjusted the last couple of days?
Steve Longa?
Yeah.
Steve's done a nice job. Steve's an explosive athlete, and Steve is somebody that we were fortunate enough to stay healthy enough to redshirt last season. That was exciting for us. And to now bring him back as a redshirt freshman, you know, whether he plays Will or whether he plays Mike linebacker, he's going to play a lot of football for us. And we'll try to find the right position for him so that we can put him in the right places to really impact our football team.
He's just trying to figure it out, temporary move, it could be some shuffle.
He doesn't look like a guy who's trying to figure it out to me, and I'm sure when Coach Cohen critiques the tape, he'll be much more critical of every little detail than I would be. But just watching him play the linebacker position, he's very natural. He fits the open holes and the open windows very naturally, and that's what you look for. And then he has the ability to close. He has the closing speed that you want.
What are you looking to get out of the scrimmage, Shutter, and how will it be structured? Will it be a game situation?
It'll be game situation for the most part. We won't put the coaches in the booth. At least my thought is not to do that at this point, and we'll see if there's any strong opinions the other way from the staff. But I think to take the coaches completely off the field and now allow the players to go out there and play through the situations of the game as they come up, you really are forcing another level of focus and concentration. You can't really simulate game day because you don't have the crowd there. You don't have the other distractions that come with whether it's the home fans, the opposing fans, the televisions, the cameras, you know, whatever it would be. But there is something about being in the stadium, being on the field inside the white lines by yourself, having to hear the call or see the call, and then play offense, defense, and special teams. And it'll be a very telling experience, I think, of where we're at as a football team.
Coach, how have your tight ends developed so far this spring?
I think we're building a little bit of depth, and I think we needed to. And certainly, Paul Carazola and Tyler Croft have a resume to at least look at. Michael Laro has made some strides. He needs to make more. Belia has made some strides. He needs to make more. But now we've got 4 players working at a position where before spring practice we'd only have 2 returning. So again, you know, Saturday will tell us a little bit more about how close we are to being able to add to that depth and give those other guys an opportunity to say, you know, who are going to be the playmakers. You know, not just the guys who can hold up in the run game and do a good job in the run game, when they get the opportunity to catch the ball in space and make plays, who are going to be the ones that can do it for us.
Kyle, a couple of guys left practice injured. Any updates on them? Know what's
Nothing
going on?
yet, and I'll sit with Dave later on today, but generally you don't really even know until the day after what their status will be. None of them seem to be long-term. Lorenzo Waters was not here today. I'll give you a little update on that. He has a broken finger that we're getting fixed, so he'll be out for a little bit, but something that's very correctable, and you'll probably see him the last week of spring again running around out there.
Kyle, could you talk about Jamil and Jamal a little bit, of how two guys who have seemed to do it the right way overcame some obstacles early in their career, started to make contributions when they got tougher times, but now obviously a big time for them as the leaders of this defense?
They're the players, they're the type of players in your program that you point to when you talk to younger players who get frustrated early on. You know, neither one of them played it in their first year. I'd have to go back and really see how much Jamil played in his second year. You know, Jamal not till his third year. And at the end of their careers, they're both going to be really impactful players here at Rutgers and have an opportunity to play at the next level. They're the type of players that every program needs. You know, you're fortunate sometimes to get a guy who comes in and starts right away as a true freshman, but you really build your program on the players in your program that develop over time, because that takes a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of concentration, and a lot of discipline, and those two guys have done an excellent job of it.